Hello. Okay. I'm talking. And you're supposed to be laying down. Okay, well then come sit down over here, but don't get up. Okay. Okay. Here's Caleb again. Say hi.
Hi.
He's excited because I'm letting him stay up really, really late. Okay. Let's see. Morgan wanted me to say Mackinac. I'm also gonna say Mimi's.
Mimi's.
Like Caleb's supposed to be Mimi's right now. Pontiac.
I don't like Mimi's.
I know you don't. And I said I would say Rayleigh Jane, and Morgan. Hey, are you gonna sit down right here or what?
Yeah.
Okay. Rayleigh Jane, Morgan, Charger, Expelliarmus, Avada Kedavra. He's awesome. Rayleigh wanted me to answer how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. And I would say, however much he needs. I would say however much he needs. I don't know. And why did the chicken cross the road? I get to the other side. Get up here. If you're not going to come up here and talk to the camera, then you have to go lay down. Okay. Neither, either, potatoes, tomato. Who's your favorite who's my favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? I would say probably Raphael. I liked him. Raphael was awesome. Favorite superhero? Can I say villain? Can I say Loki? Because I love Loki.
I love Loki too.
You love Loki too? I like Marvel better than DC. Pansy Parkinson, bad girl or a badass. And I think she's a little of both.
Yeah, both.
Just, the perfect balance. She's a bit of a badass, but she's a bad girl too. I mean, just look at her. Shh. Okay. Dramione and Ramione. Ucky, yucky, yes or no. Okay, I really like Dramione a lot. And I also like Ramione a lot. So I'm going to say both. And I'm not going to lie, I was not a huge Dramione fan a long time ago. And then I started reading Isolation, and I fell in love. I don't know how that happened, but I think Isolation is amazing. And if you haven't read it, you should read it. And, yeah. Favorite book. Okay, we're talking about Harry Potter books. And I think I want to say my favorite book was probably, for the longest time. Caleb, knock it off. Go put that in the sink. Go lay down if you're not going to come over here. My favorite book was Prisoner of Azkaban for like the longest time. It was my first favorite, so I'm going to say Prisoner of Azkaban. And my favorite scene from that book, I really like the scene where Harry and Sirius are talking. It's right before Remus transforms, and they're talking about like having a future and everything's gonna be okay. And Harry's imagining, what it'd be like to like live with Sirius and like have, be a family together. And I remember reading that for the very first time and just like sobbing. And then, it doesn't happen. And I remember I was so sad. But that's probably my favorite scene from that book. Hold on one second. Caleb, I said stop it. Put that down. Go lay down. Okay, then come over here and sit down. Now. Thank you. Okay, sit down. Okay, favorite movie. I want to say my favorite movie is, I want to say it's Order of the Phoenix, but it's become the Half-Blood Prince. But I don't know. That's a really hard one. I guess I might just stick with Half-Blood Prince, but it's taken me a long time to become Half-Blood Prince, because for a really long time it was Order of the Phoenix. And I guess my favorite scene from Half-Blood Prince is probably the scene up on the astronomy tower, when Harry's down below and, you know, Dumbledore's up on the top level, and Snape comes and he tells him to shh, and Harry wants to trust him so bad, and he does, and it just breaks my heart what happens next. But I mean, it's Severus, and he had to do what he had to do, right? Okay. Favorite line from that movie? From that movie, or just like in all of Harry Potter? I don't know. I guess I might have to say that my favorite line is, I really love Luna. She's like one of my favorite characters, because she's so like, you're like, what is she talking about? I remember when she first appeared in Order of the Phoenix, I was like, this bitch is crazy. And I've always loved her. So I want to say that my favorite of her lines is, I hope there's pudding. Okay. Favorite Sammy, Dean, and Cass episode, and why? And I'm assuming that you want me to tell you what my favorite individual ones are, but I don't know right now because I don't want to do the research. But I want to say Cass's very first episode is like one of my favorites, Swan Song, and I just really like the cinematography in it, and just the whole, Dean is trying to figure out what the hell is going on, and then you find out, like, it's Cass trying to communicate with him, and I really like that whole episode. And the first time that you can see Cass's wings is like, I don't know why, but it's like one of my favorite episodes. And then the first time that we meet Death, I don't even remember what the heck that episode's called. Hey, stop it. The first time that we see Death is like one of my favorite episodes. I really love the way they did it with the song, and the streets are empty, and then he just goes and touches that dude, and like, you're like, oh man, that guy's gonna die. So that's one of my favorite episodes too. Caleb. This is moving on to Sherlock. It says favorite John moment and why. I think when John has a row with the machine is one of my favorites. Stop it. Bring me that, please. I think it's really hilarious. He's sitting there and he's trying to get the machine to work, and he's like telling it to be quiet, and it's just hilarious for me. Opinion on Irene Adler. Well, Irene Adler is... What can you really say about Irene Adler? She's a woman who, knows how to get what she wants, I guess. And that's really cool. I think Molly Hooper... This is an opinion on Molly Hooper. I like Molly. She's, been there for Sherlock, and I feel bad for her with what happens with Jim and what happened. She has a big crush on Sherlock, but I really admire her character, because when it comes down to it, she wasn't afraid to tell Sherlock, what she thought of him, even though she had been before. So I think she's a lot stronger than she realizes she is, and I like how that kind of develops as time goes. Okay, Doctor Who. My favorite companion is Donna Noble. I love Donna Noble. She's the best. She's hilarious. My least favorite companion, I love all of the companions, but I think that if I had to pick, like, my least favorite out of all the bunch, it would probably be Martha. That doesn't mean that I don't like Martha, because I do. I'm just saying, out of all of them, she's my least favorite. My favorite TARDIS would probably have to be, I liked 10's TARDIS a lot. Yeah. Favorite day of the year. My favorite day of the year, favorite exact day of the year, is November 14th. It's Caleb's birthday. So, I get to celebrate that every year as a day that, that happened to me. It's not Barney's birthday anymore. Fun fact. Caleb was supposed to be born in the middle of December. And my baby shower was supposed to be on November 15th. And I remember the day before that I went into labor with him, I had went to go get donuts with my friends because I was craving them. So we went to Krispy Kreme, and then we came back. And when I got out of the car, I couldn't walk. And my other friend had like met us at my house, and I tried to get out of the car and walk, and she was like, "Oh my God, what's wrong?" And she was like freaking out. And I was like, "I don't know." All I felt was like a lot of pain. And what had happened was he had like shifted down, and he was like pressing on my my sciatic nerve, so like I couldn't walk. It was really painful. And I remember my friend was like, "I want to spend the night because you're gonna go into labor." And I was like, "Don't say that. My baby shower is on Saturday." And this was Thursday night, and I convinced her to go home, but when I woke up in the morning, like my water had broken, and I was like, I have to go to the hospital. So we went to the hospital, and like the entire time that like before we got to the hospital, I was like, I really don't think that was my water's broken. I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna get to come home and have my baby shower and blah blah blah. And then we got there to the hospital, and they were like, "Oh no, your water broke, and you have to stay here." And I was so sad I cried because I was like, I'm not gonna get to go to my baby shower. So Caleb was born a month early, and I was like, wow, this kid is already giving me problems, because he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get there before your baby shower, Mom, haha." And that's the story of how Caleb was born. You want to come say goodbye? Come here. Just say goodnight, because you're gonna go to bed right now, okay?
I want you.
Okay.
Second.
Say goodnight.
Good night. Bye. Bye.
Bye.